My toughest experience will be 20 days straight, 12-hour shifts plus 2 hours transportations, which means 14 hours total. Once I pointed out the truth and my senior yelled at me just like,
"You should not tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you will lose your job. If you think that is unreasonable, then climb your way up to the top of the hierarchy and change it by yourself."
Hey guys, welcome to TP Diary. I'm Kate. I'm come from Hong Kong and currently on a working holiday in Germany right now. So this is my first video because I'm starting a small business. My focus is design, 3D, filters and effects or something similar. I'm still in preparation mode, but I will share more information about that with you guys later. You may be wondering, am I a design student or something similar? No, actually I studied nursing, but my experience changed my mindset a lot, which leads me here. Today I will share with you my story, my working experience in Hong Kong and why it changed me a lot. So let's get started. First, a little bit about me. I studied nursing at university, which is a 5-year program with different exam and hospital placement in medical, surgical, and specialized department. In total, I spent about 1 to 2 years in clinical practice, worked just like 8 to 9 hours per day and 5 to 6 days per week. Even during breaks, I had to work on report, presentation, essay, analyzing everything we had just learned. For 2 years, I worked as a TUNS, which is a paid part-time nursing student job at a hospital. We did a similar task just like the nursing student, but with flexible schedules and salary. After graduations, I did 6 months freelance nursing. Pay was high, but the job was unstable and thus is insecure. I had worked in private elderly home, daycare center, and during COVID, that is quarantine centers, and also worked as a private caregiver before. My toughest experience will be 20 days straight, 12-hour shifts plus 2 hours transportations, which means 14 hours total, until I finally got COVID. With no insurance and compensation, that is the biggest disadvantages as a freelance nurse. So now let's get back to the main topic. First culture I don't like is the hierarchy. In most workplaces, there are clear distinctions between newcomers and the senior staff. Newcomers are usually those men who have just entered the workplace environment. When you are new, you don't know much and you do need time to adapt. If you're lucky, you may meet a kind or supportive seniors who are willing to guide you. But if you match so-called snobby seniors, you do need to be careful. These people tend to dump all the hardest job to you and you can just say no and they won't even teach you how to do that. But when you make a mistake, they would just blame you and insult you while ordering you around. They have no intentions of teaching or helping you, so it all depends on luck. The worst thing for me is dealing with the unstable seniors who just throwing things, screaming, or exploding unpredictably. Sometimes they even argue with patients. I still remember my first day of my part-time job. A kind nurse introduced me to the hospital facility, but then she had to leave for a while because she's busy. An old lady saw me standing right there and asked me to go to a room, but I didn't know where is it because it was my first day. So I asked her for the direction and he suddenly explodes like,
"Why are you so dumb? What do you ever learn through your studies? I've never seen a worker just standing and doing nothing like you."
Then she started throwing the documents to the ground. I was terrified, and this wasn't the only times it happened. It's just a tough time for me because I kept blaming myself, wondering if I was so dumb at the time. The second workplace culture I don't like is cliques. In nursing, cliques often form based from the school background. Seniors and colleagues from the same school naturally stick together and make it tough for newcomers to fit in. For example, private hospitals always have nursing programs where the graduates often return as a staff. This nurse from the groups, of course favoring their own groups when the opportunity arises, leaving the outsiders struggling to fit in. And the third point I don't like is the mindset. Many seniors colleagues consistently complaining about how exhausting and how overworked their job are. Once I asked them if they had considered changing careers, their response shocked me. They said,
"Work is supposed to be hard. If it is not hard, how do you earn money?"
They believe in stress and hardship are just normal for a job and it is also necessary to work. That made me question myself. After years of schooling, exam, placement, did I really want to spend the rest of my life in the same exhausting cycle? My answer is no. And that's why I choose working holiday, the one last attempt for me to break free before becoming another overworked employee. The fourth workplace culture I don't like is unspoken rules. The big issue in Hong Kong workplace, especially in hospital, there are some rules that everyone follow but no one will explain to you. You are expected to observe and figure them out by yourself. For example, there are some specific terms passed down from the generation. If you ask them, they may think that you are dumb. So you have to watch, observe, take notes, and avoid mistake by yourself. Another rule is the toxic overtime culture. In high pressure works, no one tells you to stay late, but everyone do so. Even when your shift officially ends and you had finished your work, you still need to say. You can't just say you're leaving. You have to wait until the IC to dismiss you. This is also the unspoken rules. Some people stay in extra working hours because of this. If you are the first mentioned to leave, people may think that you are the one who rushed to leave, and this is risky because you may be seen as not a team player. So this is also one of the examples. The fourth point that I don't like is outdated practice and after hours work. Many outdated workplace practice still exist. And one of the biggest issues is that it doesn't really end when you are off. In Hong Kong, even after your shift, you are expected to respond, work message in WhatsApp groups, or even answer calls. Ignoring them, expect a question the next day.
Why you don't reply? Why you didn't answer the phone?
It is as being off duties doesn't actually mean that you are off duties. Colleagues may also try to add your social medias. While some really wants to be friends with you, others might just want to spy on you. So the sixth workplace culture I don't like is boss and the customers are always right. In many situations, your boss or customer will ask you to do something, and even this is unreasonable or inefficient, you are not supposed to point it out. Many people will stay silent because pushing back means trouble. I learned this through the hard way. Once I pointed out the truth and my senior yelled at me, just like,
"You should not tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you will lose your job. If you think that is unreasonable, then climb your way up to the top of the hierarchy and change it by yourself."
At the end, I was forced to write an apologize letter. So this is the end of my story. There are tons of stories like this. I will make another video if you guys are interested. That I'm not discrediting any nurse. I have deep respect for their contribution to the healthcare system. It's a tough job and I admire who those can do it. But for me, it just wasn't fit. Work left me emotional unstable. I lost my temper, cried for no reason, and constant nightmares, and even need medication to sleep sometimes. Because of this job, I developed several gastrointestinal issues such as constant vomiting. I was hospitalized for multiple times, but the cause couldn't be identified. However, after coming here, I no longer have this problem. It took me a long time to realize that the job wasn't for me. At that point, I felt lost with no sense of direction. In Asia, success is often defined as studying hard, then become a doctor, become a lawyer, become a teacher, and eventually buying a big house or big car. To me, life is too short to follow a fixed path. In the next video, I will share more about my working holiday experience in Germany, and you can subscribe my channel so you won't miss any video. If you like this video, you can also like, comment, and share. I will see you in the next episode. Bye!